Hello and welcome to Heavenly Album Covers. It's nighttime here at the old Heavenly Album Covers little studio here, and I know that usually I say that an episode is going to be short, but it ends up being long. But really, this time it's going to be a short episode, and I promise it will be short. Very little talking this time. We are going to de-shrink both of these albums. This is Never Mind the Bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols, and this is an album by Carolyn STERK, and it's called Especially for You. These two albums and album covers bubbled up during the day as I was wandering aimlessly around the Heavenly Album Covers warehouse, where we keep most of our records. We keep the other records somewhere else, but I decided really early today that I would show both of these together, and here I am talking a lot, so let's de-shrink these two albums. They're equally as great. And here's Carolyn STERK, and if you do a little search on the Heavenly Album Covers YouTube channel, you can find another album by Carolyn STERK that we covered. I believe it's called Gospel Music Queen, I think. It's got a different cover than this, but I specifically ordered this because it matches up with the other album that we reviewed. And here comes the shrink wrap. We're taking it off very boldly and very happily. And this album cover has probably never felt the cold wind upon its surface. Here's Carolyn. She's sitting in a wicker chair. She's got her favorite flowers nearby. The photograph is a little bit out of focus here, probably on purpose. That's her name, Carolyn. There's the album title. Just perfect. There's lots of pinks and whites and kind of light oranges going on. This is on Mission Records, and this album cover is in stark contrast to the other album cover that we covered, which is called Country Music Gospel Queen. You can look it up, Carolyn STERK. And here's Carolyn once again on the back. Her name is Carolyn Sue STERK. I'm not sure if she's still around. And there's some liner notes down here. She was based in Lansing, Illinois, and the engineer was Gene Lawson. Now, I haven't played this album yet. Maybe we'll play it one day on the show, but it looks like she does some singing here. But on the second side, she does some Chopin. I assume she plays piano. So Carolyn is or was or continues to be very talented in all aspects of music. And so that's Carolyn STERK. And then I found this in the archives. It's a sealed copy of Never Mind the Bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols. This album has probably sold 200 billion albums. It's still considered very anti-authoritarian and punk rock. It's got very vivid colors. It's I don't know how they printed these fluorescent colors, but they're just beautiful, especially this green. I had this cover out in the midday sun today, and this green was just vibrating all over the place. We've got the black of the lettering, the fluorescent-ish pink in the background, and this really heavy-duty fluorescent green here. And this was apparently designed by the great Jamie Reid. Jamie Reid was and still might continue to be, a situationist. He was a poster maker, another anti-authoritarian artist, just like the Sex Pistols were musicians and anti-authoritarian. And so Jamie Reid's great. He designed a lot of stuff for the Sex Pistols. In fact, without Jamie Reid, the Sex Pistols probably wouldn't have much of an image or a lasting image. So let's pull this shrink wrap off this thing. It's got a nice spine lettering there. And I'm trying to make this episode short. So, but we still must be very careful when we de-shrink. you don't want to pull it this way, because that's the wrong way. You kind of want to pull it away from the opening, pull it this way. Sometimes you can kind of gently pull that way and up, and then just kind of hold it carefully with your fingertips and pull, and it's off. This album is now free. Let's look inside, and this is normally a kind of a blue and white arrangement here on the inner sleeve. This is like a yellow and a light kind of fluorescent green, and the same there. I'm not sure if this is a color vinyl or a plain black. It is plain black on a green label. There's the Sex Pistols logo, most likely designed by Jamie Reid, and it's just a beautiful package. Can't remember where I picked this up, but it was stuck in the Heavenly Archives probably for years. I think it fell down behind some Jethro Tull albums, and I found it today. And so I guess this is a lesson in comparative artistic comparisons. These are both pretty stylish and wonderful covers in their own right. However, you wouldn't necessarily find a Carolyn STERK record in a Jamie Reid record sleeve, and you definitely wouldn't find a Sex Pistols disc or LP inside a Carolyn STERK outer album cover. And so they're just wonderful albums. I could look at this Sex Pistols album 24 hours a day and never get bored with it. And the same goes with this Carolyn STERK album. It's just perfectly composed. She looks very pleasant and happy, and it's doubtful whether she actually went to any Sex Pistols shows in her youth, but it's quite possible that she was a fan of punk rock music of the late 70s. And there we have it, a vision of two really good album covers here. This Pistols album probably sold millions and millions of copies. This Carolyn STERK album, I reckon probably she distributed and sold maybe 200 to 300, possibly. Maybe one day we will find out how many records Carolyn STERK sold. I think I kept this episode pretty short. It's only 8 minutes long. I was shooting for about 3 minutes, so I'm about 5 minutes over.